Hello guys, welcome back to Amara and Khene. My name is Amara. Today I'll be sharing with you general tips on how to get that amazing score, an 8+ by the way, on Ielts. A lot of us has been struggling. We don't know what to do. We've watched, we've practiced, we've listened, we've searched for tips, and we're still not there yet. Today I'll be giving you general tips on 4 modules: IELTS speaking, IELTS listening, IELTS reading, IELTS writing. If it's for general, if it's for academic, this video is for you. Don't forget, if it's your first time here, click on the subscribe button, like this video and other videos. Check out our previous videos. We have all materials on academic and general training. Okay, now let's move on. How do I improve my IELTS score? That's a lot of question. People tend to ask me on a daily. What do I do? I have gone through your videos, I've done this, and I'm still not there yet. What do I do? I'm going to be sharing with you those tips one after the other on each module. We'll be starting with listening. The first thing I usually tell people is stop looking for tips. Stop it. Finding tips on listening is difficult. Don't say I'm looking for tips on how to, or tricks on how to increase my score. Stop looking for tips. What you need to be doing is listening more. Go online or tune into the news station. Watch the Americans speak. Learn the British or listen to the British speak. Listen to them. That's what you need to do more. The more you listen, the more you get accustomed to how they speak and the more you hear. So that's the first thing to do. Don't go looking for tricks. There are no tricks to this. Just listen. Listen actively. The tape is playing. You shouldn't allow your emotions come in right now because it's going to mess up with the whole thing. So you need to be listening actively. Focus is required in IELTS listening. You have a strategy. Create one. If you don't have one, create one. Work on it. Are you having any sort of issues? Work on it. What is your strategy? That's the starting point. Am I going to be listening and writing? Am I going to be retaining whatever I hear? I won't write immediately. Do you know how to multitask? Because listening requires multitasking. So develop a strategy for yourself. What works best for you? Because what works for this person might not work for you. So at the moment when you're asking for, oh, give me your tricks. How did you get an 8? How did you get a 9? It might not work for you. So you need to develop what works for you. That's why you need your own strategy. Practice every day. The secret to IELTS listening is practice every day. Let no day go by without you practicing a listening task. Practice every day. The more you practice, the more you get familiarized with the test format. And once you get familiarized with it, you'll find yourself getting that score that you require. So keep practicing. Don't stop practicing. Be prepared. Prepare yourself. Prepare your mind. That's what you need. Be prepared. And what helps you get prepared? Practicing. Also, what are your weaknesses? Do you have a weakness? Work on it. Your weakness might be you lose focus easily. In the process of listening, you just get carried away. You start thinking of something else somewhere. Work on it. How do I focus? How do I not lose focus? You work on that. It can be you don't hear properly. You find out that the words or some of the letters being pronounced are quite difficult. You work on it. It can be you find it difficult retaining words. After they've said it, in the next seconds, you've forgotten what they said. Work on that. We have people that have issues with writing very fast. They've said the word, like they said information. And before you would write information, they are playing on the next question already and you're lost. Work on it. How do I improve myself on writing fast? Some people also have issues with guessing ability to guess, because at times you need to guess. You might have missed it and you need to guess, and in fact I cannot guess. These are the things you should work on. Find your weakness and work on it. And don't forget, don't be in a hurry to write. The moment you're in a hurry to write, they might twist the question and you would miss the correct answer. So do not be in a hurry to write. That's that on listening. Now let's move on to writing. Writing tips. I have written so many times. 6, 6.5. How do I break through to 7? These are what you need to know. Highlight or underline your keywords. Keywords are very important. Highlight them, underline them. You need to be able to replace them with a synonym or a similar word. So you need to know them. What are my keywords here? What's the title here? What am I focusing on? Underline them and bring out synonyms for each and every one of them. If you can't get a similar word, what do? You change its structure. You're allowed to change the structure. So underline your keywords. They are the backbone to, keywords are like the backbone to IELTS writing. Do not copy the whole sentences or word for word. They've given you the question and you're copying the same thing down when writing. You're killing yourself there. Do not copy word for word. That's why I said underline the keywords and get your own synonyms or your similar words and replace them with it. Do not copy word for word. Keep to the topic. Do not write about unrelated subjects. Some people, they ask them about probably children growing up in rural environment and they end up discussing out of place and they are going to urban. They are specifically talking about rural. Why are you going to urban? You are going outside the topic. Stick to what you've been told to do. Do not deviate. The moment you deviate, you are going out of it and you're losing your score. Pay attention to the number of words required for each task. 250, 150. If they said 250, between 260 and 280 is perfect. If you're writing 300, please be very watchful. It is important to write important things and keep away with the unnecessaries. The moment you start writing unnecessities, things that are not necessary, you find out that you're writing too much and you're preventing the examiner from seeing the major things you want him to see. So 250 to 280 words is perfect. Keep words of those word count. Count your words. You might look at it and you assume, oh, it's up to 250. Did you actually count? What happens if you count and it's less than that? It also affects your score. So keep up to your word count. Don't use informal language when writing. For the general training, a lot of people would come across write to a friend or write to family and you start using wanna, Ghana, let me. Those words, in as much as you're writing to your friends, please keep them off. Don't forget it's still an exam. So keep off informal. I'm gonna catch up with you later. No. Keep those words out. Keep it formal. You're still writing an exam. Don't forget that. Pay attention to your spelling, your grammar, your punctuations. When you're practicing, what do? You just write and you dump it. Did you read again to cross-check your spelling? Did you check for punctuations? Your grammar, do they fit in? Are you making any mistakes? These are important things in IELTS writing. Give examples, very important. At least an example in each body paragraph. Use a clearly defined paragraph when you're writing. I'm giving my paragraphs each. Define them. This is a paragraph, this is another paragraph. Don't join them together. Don't just cluster them all together. Then it's very difficult to read. So let your paragraphs be clearly defined. And lastly, practice, practice, practice. Keep writing, keep writing. Build your words, your vocabularies, because these are what makes your IELTS writing stand out. So build your vocabularies. When you come across a new word, go online, go to Google, use your dictionary, check for similar words, check for synonym, check for what they mean. Build your vocabularies. They are important in IELTS writing. Now let's move on to IELTS reading. For my academic folks and my general training folks, read instructions. Very important. Read your instructions. while writing IELTS? Is it one word? Is it 2 words? Is it 3 words? Do they need numbers? What do they actually want? Read those instructions. Don't just leave them behind. Oh, it's not important. You would miss something. Read your instructions. Read fastly. A slow reader loses time. Read fast. You don't have enough time. Those paragraphs are usually very bulky and you have just 1 hour. It's not enough. So read very fast. The moment you start reading slow, you lose time. Scan the words quickly. Go through the words. Your aim is to find answers and not to study the passage. You are not trying to present a thesis or making a research. You are finding answers. So stick with it. Read fastly, find your answer and put it out there. That's what you need to do. Before reading the passage, look for the type of question underneath it. I've seen a passage. What question is it? Is it true, false, not given? Is it yes, no, not given? Is it matching information? What questions are underneath it? Go through it and find it. Okay, what should I? You can even choose to pick the question tags or the tags type you will be answering first. Okay, there's matching features here, there's matching information, there's true, false, not given. Let me just start with true, false, not given first. You can choose which of them to start with. Doesn't mean you have to start with the first one. You can actually pick the one that works best for you to start with. So check those questions underneath it and it will guide you on how to answer these questions. Get an overview of the text. How do you do that? You can read the titles. There are subtitles there. You can start by reading the beginning of the statement or end of it. I usually tell people I come across that while doing matching heading for reading, the first sentence and the last sentence of each paragraph is the secret to answering that question. So by the time you read it, you're already on the right track. You're already finding your answers. So read the titles, the subtitles, the beginning or the ending. It helps you get your answers easily. Finally, like I usually say, practice, practice, and more practice. The more you practice, the more you familiarize yourself with it, the more you get used to that difficult true, false, not given, the more matching information seems easy. Don't stop practicing. Speaking is like the easiest model. Be relaxed, be comfortable. Yes, it's an exam, but the moment you see it that way, you will become scared and you won't be able to flow properly. So be relaxed, be comfortable, make eye contact. Don't put your eyes down. Look at the examiner, speak with confidence. Your accent doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you speak. As far as your grammar is correct and you're speaking and answering the questions the way it should be, then you're on the right track. Leave your accent out of it. It doesn't matter. Pronounce those words out properly. Say them out. Let them hear you. Keep your focus and keep saying them and you would be fine. Give full answers. No short answers. Yes. Do you live in a house? Yes, I do. Do you work? No, I don't. Give full answers. Yes, I live in a bungalow. It's painted blue color. It's beautiful. It has 2 bedrooms and sitting room and a kitchen. Give full answers. Don't give short answers. Let your answers be full. Extend each and every one of them. Avoid slangs. Avoid slangs. Keep them off. Totally off. Don't. You are in an exam. No slangs. Okay? Use descriptive words. If you're describing your house, describe properly. Use descriptive words. Keep a steady pace. You're not in a hurry. Calm down and talk. Don't be in a hurry to finish anything, because the moment you start pacing or talking very fast, you don't keep up. You find yourself repeating words over and over again. You become nervous. You become scared. You don't know what you're saying at this point. So calm down, keep a steady pace, and speak up. Stay on topic. Don't go out of topic. If they're talking about a boy, keep talking about a boy. Don't move on to talking about girls. Stay on topic. Explain names or words which are in another language. You're probably describing something and a name or some word you are describing comes up in another language, say French or Yoruba or Igbo, explain it. What do you mean? Say it in English so the examiner understands. So just give an explanation for it. If you make a mistake, correct it immediately. Don't move on. Don't say, well, I made a mistake, let me just continue. Please correct it so they will know it's just a mistake and you actually know the right word. But the moment you make a mistake and move on, just, oh, wow, bad grammar, no, error. But because you didn't correct it, it reduces yourself. So correct every mistake you make. If you don't understand, ask for clarification. There's nothing wrong with saying, please, can you come again? Can you repeat yourself? I didn't get that. There's nothing wrong with it. Ask for clarifications. Oh, I didn't understand what you mean. Go ahead and ask. It doesn't reduce your score. Finally, practice each and every one of these models. Please keep practicing. Don't stop practicing. Do not register until you are ready. When you practice, you're scoring between 35 to 40 in listening. You're scoring 37 to 40 in reading. You check your writing, cohesion, your language, your spelling, your vocabularies, everything is top notch. That is when you should register. Don't be in a hurry to register. Make sure you're practicing properly and you're scoring very well. That is your green light to registering. Don't rush it. It's a gradual process. Read instructions for every one of these modules. Read your instructions. Answer all questions. Do not leave any question blank. Make sure you attend to any of them. If you probably missed something in listening, guess it. Write an answer there. Do not leave anyone blank. I hope you've been able to go home with something after watching this video. These tips are going to help you get that desired band score of your choice. Don't forget, we have other videos on IELTS reading, IELTS listening, IELTS writing. Just check them out, watch them, leave a thumbs up for this video and other videos. I'll see you next time.